Aven, thanks for being first. Hello, welcome to the stream. Raven, Xavier, Kleiner, Co, Michael. Hey, hello. How's it going? I'm gonna turn on the camera in a second. Just organizing some stuff. I'm really good, Kleiner. How are you doing? We don't need more women in our life. We need more men. Yeah, I did say that. Alright, I'm gonna turn on the camera and see if everything is where it's supposed to be. Because I haven't done one of these in a long time. And a lot of my background has actually changed since then. Okay. Hey. Okay, camera needs to be tilted this way. Maybe higher. Second camera. You like the apron? You like the little frills? Let's see. Raven, thanks for being first. I put you on the board. Oops. Second camera's good. It's a bit far away, but it's good. I feel like it's fine. You have a closer look. You look Mexican today? That's very racist, Brandon. Someone ban Brandon for a second. Brandon needs to put on a timeout. I thought that says sluts on the board, but it says... No, that's subs. What? Okay. Yeah, Brandon needed a little timeout, so he's gonna be there. He has to think about what he's done, you know? Shit, I think my thing's gonna fall. Hold on. It was fine, but now it's falling. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you can still see everything here, so, and you can see this here, so that's fine. Yeah. Should I put this higher? Oh, not that. Not that either. Should I put this here? Nah. We're gonna keep it here. And I think the size is fine too. All right. Let's see. So I'm making a pot pie. You can unmute Brandon, by the way. It's fine. I think he learned his lesson. Michael, how's it going? How's everybody doing? I didn't get to talk to you guys because I had to start. I had to fix everything. You did? Okay, thank you. Bruh, it is hot in here. Fuck. I haven't even started cooking. It's already hot in here. Okay. I'm making the pie crust first. So we're making pot pie. I need to make a pie crust, and then just the filling. It's pretty. I mean, honestly, it's pretty easy. But I think the most annoying part, maybe. Actually, nothing's annoying. This one's easy. If it was my like regular pie, then it would be annoying. But regular, the version of pie crust I have to do is not difficult. So I cooked this ahead of time because it would take too long to cook it on stream, and I only have one stove. But what I'm making is a lentil potato veggie pot pie. So I already cooked the lentils, just one bag of lentils. It has onions and garlic and salt. I didn't anything else because the other stuff will come later. So there's the lentils. I don't know what camera to show. I'll show this camera because it's a little bit better. Yeah. Tastes good. Alright, let's make the pie crust. All I have to do is cook the vegetables and then combine that with the lentils once I've made the pie crust. And then I'm good. Code taking away my rights just because Adam said it was racist, even though that's not how racism works. You're still being racist. I don't know. What can I say, Brand? Let's see. It doesn't seem like you learned your lesson. I think someone needs to put him on timeout, man. Alright. So the first thing I have to do beforehand, before I start actually making this, I have to make so this is my alternative for eggs. It's flaxseed with water. You take the flaxseed and you mix it, and then over a little bit of time it gets thick and it becomes a binding agent, which pretty much acts like an egg. So I didn't get a small bowl. Oh, I have one here. Alright. So let's see. This recipe says... I should show the recipe. Can I show the recipe? I'd have to show different display 2. There you go. It's not gonna be easy to see, but want to see what I'm looking at? I guess that works. Right there. Pretty small, but there you go. All right. I think it was 3 tablespoons of flaxseed. 3 tablespoons. Ingredients: fine almond flour. 2 tablespoons of ground flax, and then 5 tablespoons of water. Okay. Alright, I don't need that anymore. Water. Okay, just gonna mix it. And then I need to leave this here for 5 to 10 minutes. I was gonna do it beforehand, but I want to actually show the stream what I'm doing. Michael, how you doing? All right, for the actual pie crust, the flours I'm gonna use are almond, a little almond, whole wheat flour, and a little bit of chickpea flour. Not a lot, just tiny. So I need 1 cup and 1/4 of almond flour. I don't think I have. This is why I'm using chickpea flour, because I don't have enough. Almond flour is it's very nutty. It kind of tastes, it has a very like rich flavor, and depending on what you put it in, sometimes it could taste like kind of buttery sometimes. I don't know. It's really rich and doesn't taste like almond. Chilling, almost time for me to go home from work. Hey, cool. How was work, Michael? So I got, that's not even a cup actually. I think I have half a cup of almond flour. I'm gonna use that. And then let me put, I'm guesstimating here. I don't always follow the recipe. I don't know if I should do chickpea flour or if I should just do the rest. The whole wheat flour. I'll put 1/4. Enough. Something tells me this is gonna come out bad if I use chickpea flour. I'm just gonna use whole wheat. I wish I would have had more almond, but nope. I thought we did, but nope. I was wrong. I used half a cup. And I use 1/4. A little bit, 1/4 of a cup. Not too much. And then 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Where's Xavier? I saw him in the beginning. Is he missing his stream? This guy. Okay, I'm just gonna mix it up. He just moved into his new apartment. Oh. Something tells me this camera needs to be closer. Might be able to find a way to do that, actually. Where's Derek? Right? He was like, we're going to be there. You think it's fine? I kind of want it to be closer. I'm gonna try to make it closer. Hold on. Either way, I need more time for the... Never mind, you can't. It's not going down. I want it to look down. Okay. Xavier, what's up? So what's your issue again? You're trying to connect your computer to something that will give you internet? What Michael said. Okay, look. It's getting thicker, but it needs to get even thicker than this. So I'm gonna give it a few seconds. Few more, like 1 more minute, and then I'll mix it. I forgot to get one thing that I need, and I'm gonna... Alright. Back. Nice and thick. Hey. Yo, Michael, chill. I think you need to get home. Yeah, vent that frustration. Oh my god. Bay just jumped on the... Bay, what's up? I'm cooking. What do you want, huh? We're in the window the whole time? He doesn't know where to go. Okay, there you go. Good job. Don't eat that. Good. You the one who said it needs to be thicker? Yeah, it does. My food, Michael. I don't know. I think you need to go home. Alright, I'm gonna start mixing this. I'm in an office on a meeting. My only frustration is I want a nap. Sorry if you hear a noise in the background. Someone outside is like, I don't know, making a bunch of noise. No shit, I was talking about the food. This man needs to get his mind out of the gutter. Ratatouille live action. I don't have a little Remy controlling me though. It's just me. Alright, so I'm going to slowly put in more water while I mix this. And then I'm going to... Jesus Christ, this person outside. And then I'm going to mix it together into a ball. You do underneath all that hair? Nah, there's nothing here. Let's see. I don't see anything. Alright, you see how it's starting to... I saw it control you? Okay. You see how it's starting to stick? That's what you want? So, I'm going to... get my... start using my hands and start mixing it up. And I washed my hands beforehand. Welcome back, Ko. Hey, bro, got me a smoothie? Girl dinner? Okay, alright. What kind of smoothie? Kind of smoothie. Croppy kale? What is that? Call it girl dinner, Michael. Yeah, but what's in the smoothie? Honestly, I don't like how sticky it is. It's not supposed to be sticky. Let's see. I don't have any more almond flour though. It's like drinking a cup of water and saying I ate dinner. Yeah, it should be damp but not sticky. Yup. A little bit more dough. Has kale, banana, mango, apple, pineapple, and a shot of ginger. Oh. It's actually a pretty good smoothie. Alright, so my crust is done. It might come out a little wonky because I didn't add the exact ingredients, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, so now I need to make it into a pie crust size. What I'm gonna do is get 2 parchment papers. I mean, as long as you eat more food later, Co. I know you start your days later, so your food stuff is different too. Alright, we're gonna roll it into like a circle. The parchment paper said it doesn't stick. I don't think it will actually, but it's better not to. It's probably better not to. Probably better to just put it. Alright, so this is what we have so far. It's way too thick, but it's coming out good. It's a nice circle. I took my fiber supplement too, so I'm Gucci. Nice. Wait, so if you don't take your what's fiber supplement for? Because I know fiber is good for like when you take shits. So is that what it's for? All that just to be hungry in like 20 minutes. It's a pre-meal. It's an appetizer. Okay, I'm gonna start pushing a little harder so that it can get flatter and thinner. My fiber supplement also lowers blood sugar levels and suppress hunger. Yeah, I think that's why, like, I don't know. I don't know what was gonna go. Interesting. What else do you take? I take the vitamin D supplement. I get some D. I also take vitamin C. I think this might be big enough. Yeah. Let me see. Cover dough with full pin weights of dried beans and bake for 15 minutes. Uncovered and use a pre-baked pie crust and recipe of your choosing. I think I do have vitamin D in my medicine drawer. I really need it because I feel super sluggish and stuff without it. I should go outside more, but I don't want to apply sunscreen every time. I also don't want to look like an old wrinkly grandma. That's why I take vitamin D, because I don't go outside a lot. Anyways, the pie crust is done. Alright, so just need to poke holes in it. This recipe thing says to put the pie in the freezer for 20 minutes and then cook it. Alright. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so now we're gonna do the filling while that is in the freezer and that cooks. Put a timer. $20 minutes. 20. There you go. Start that. Put this that way or this way? Okay, let me clean this. This is dirty. I put this the wrong way. Anyways. Let's see. So we're doing the filling now. Next recipe. Okay. Cook lentils. Did that. Fuck you. I'm not gonna subscribe for anything. Cook the lentils. Did that. There you go. Separate place diced potatoes covered with water. Bring to a boil and cook. I already cooked my potatoes. Without really trying to. We had cooked potatoes there like yesterday. So. There you go. Saute onion and mushroom, then remove to a bowl and repeat the saute process with squash in a large saute pan with enough olive oil and avocado oil to lightly cover the bottom of the pan. Saute marinating vegetables the same way until lightly brown and blah 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 blah. Okay. It's dirty. Alright, so saute onions and mushrooms. I don't have onions. I put the onions in the lentils. Alright. I'm gonna get that hot. Alright, so I already pre-washed everything, and I just have to cut it and cook it. Honestly, one day if I have like a setup in the kitchen, that'd be amazing, because that'd make my life so much easier. It didn't say garlic, but I'm gonna add garlic with the mushrooms. Maybe the mushrooms would get like a garlicky taste instead of the onions that I was supposed to put. You don't have onions? No, the last of the onions that I had, I put it in the lentils. Which annoyed me, because I thought we had more. But nope. Apparently not. But the lentils have enough onion in it, so it's like it won't change the flavor. It's just I can't cook the vegetables with onions, which is what I would like to do. I have onion powder, but that's not the same. Should be fine though. I'm gonna use garlic and a little bit of the powder. Not too much, because that powder is not that great. I like fresh ingredients. So I'm supposed to fry this stuff or saute it, but when you cook without oil, you just heat the pan up a lot and you put water to see if it's like it's not hot enough. The water has to pretty much float on top of the pan like little bubbles, and then that means it's hot enough. And then from there, you don't need oil. You're good. Although oil does take out the flavors, it brings out the flavors of the food, but yeah. Sometimes you don't need to drench things in oil. My connection cut out. Yeah, sorry. I think my electricity, my thingy cut out. My thingamajiggy cut out. All right, good luck, Michael. Yeah, I think my streams are like wholesome and sus. I think you can that's my stream summed up. Alright, so I'm just waiting for the garlic to get what's the word? I don't remember the official word. I'm just waiting for it to get brown and for it to get a little bit sauteed. There's an actual word for it, but I forget right now. Caramelize, yeah, caramelize. Thanks. Damn, all this smoke is going directly on my mic. Jesus. That's not good. I'm gonna put my mic here. Usually this would be the onions, but yeah. I'm gonna put just a chimey. Open my window. No, it's fine. I mean, it was going directly on my microphone. Because my microphone was right on top of it. If I moved it, I'm good. It's a lot of waiting. I don't want to work tomorrow. But you gotta work tomorrow. There are already people canceling for their shifts. What? Why? Oh, because of the event, bruh. That's dumb. They're just bailing on you guys. That's stupid. They see a lot of stash scheduled and they know it's a big event. So they think it's covered and then they leave. I think I need more mushrooms. I think if I add more mushrooms, it'll be better. I'm gonna go get some more mushrooms. Okay, I'm back. Thanks. I'm a good cook. Thank you, but I haven't. Oh, the pie crust is done. I haven't cooked enough to call myself a really good cook. The pie crust is done. Just let me cut this. Cut this. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave the mushrooms there for a little bit. They're gonna saute, and I need to put the pie crust in the oven. Bake for 15 minutes. Okay. Cover the dough with foil and put weights. I don't have that. Oh. I'm gonna have to hope it doesn't blow up. Nah, the food didn't burn. Thanks, Cal. Let's see. The music finished. Okay, restart. Alright. I need to put a timer actually. 15 minutes. There you go. Okay, pie crust is done. Onion and mushroom, remove bowl, saute with fresh squats. Then remove to a bowl and repeat. Okay. There's not that much light here, so I can't tell. Honestly, I feel like it's sauteed enough. Alright, mushrooms are done. Put that there. And turn this on again. Some water. I want to get all this stuff that's stuck on the pan out, because it will make the food taste better. Alright, cut everything else and then do the same thing. Gotcha. Did I cook this with the There's no harm in cooking it all together, right? I don't really think so. Them together, yeah. Save me time too. I just noticed the cooking instructions on the screen. Yeah. Yeah. Can't even read it. Is it that small? There you go. It's still pretty small anyways. As long as I can read it. Yeah, I can read it. I was just camouflage your wall. Alright. I need to put some garlic and onion for this too. This garlic's so small. Like small garlic pieces. Those are annoying. Alright, just gotta let the garlic saute. There's too much water in here, so let me just put that all the way up. And I'll cut the carrots. I don't know if I have enough space. Maybe I'll do this later. I have enough. So, get rid of that water. Too much water. It's almost done. I'm gonna try putting it all at the same time. Pie crust is done. Let's see. Turn that off. Okay, let me just mix this. Okay, be back. Okay, back. Thank you. Now you fanning with the door. I am fanning with the door. I'm not opening the window because it's harder outside, and there's AC outside my door, so. They. Thanks for letting me know. Alright, so I'm just gonna let that cook. Let's see. Saute onion, mushroom, remove, repeat the process, squash in a large pot, olive oil, blah blah. Saute remaining vegetables the same way until lightly brown to the edges. Meanwhile, fill a large soup pot with stock and soup. Add cooked lentils, potatoes, and veggies. Stir in herbs and salt and pepper to taste. At this point, you have delicious vegetable soup. You should add more herbs or seasoning if you need suit you and your family. La 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 and then la 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 la. Alright. That's pretty much the last thing I need to do then. I don't know why they don't say to put salt. Why wouldn't I put salt here? I'm gonna follow my intuition and put salt. I should have put salt on the mushrooms too. Cause salt will draw out the water from the zucchini, and it will give it more flavor when you put it all together. For some reason, they didn't put salt. I need paper. Oh, I got paper here. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing left for me to do. I'm just waiting for this to cook. They say to mix everything into the pot, so I'm guessing here. I guess, yeah. They want me to make vegetable soup? It says soup? Huh? You put the soup in the pie crust and then you cook it? At this point, you have delicious vegetable soup, so you should add more herbs or seasoning, blah 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 blah. Okay. Almost done. Maybe that's why they didn't tell you to put salt. Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, it probably is, but it also doesn't make sense because like the vegetables won't pick up the salt flavor if you put it all together and then salt it later. If you're gonna cook it separately, then you should put some seasoning into it separately. All I know is that my pie might come out more flavorful than whoever wrote this. It's almost done. Xavier, roll check. You there, Xavier? Calling in Xavier. Wavier. If he doesn't answer in like a minute, he failed the roll check. Because he's the one who redeemed this. Didn't he do? He did this another time. I redeemed something and then, or it was somebody else. Someone redeemed the cooking stream and then they weren't there for it. And I was like, bruh. Alright, I don't want to overcook the vegetables. It'd be really nice if they're like... Oh, yeah, it's done. It's done, yeah. I want them to have some kind of chew on it. Alright. Lentils. I think this is too much lentils. They told me a whole bag, but like, this is a lot. I'ma trust it. If you say so. Right, that is a lot. Is that really gonna fit in the pie crust? It should. I hope so. Or else I'm gonna have a whole bunch of extra stuff. Alright, so this is where I put the vegetable broth and then vegetables, potatoes, and then other seasonings. I'm gonna send you a silly article. Alright. Do you want me to look at it right now? Peter, when okay. I don't know why I did that. I need this. This is a lot. You know, if I have extra, I'm just gonna eat it like a soup. I mean, they did call it a soup. Yeah, I forgot the mushrooms. I forgot the mushrooms existed. And there's mushrooms. It's shaping up to be a tasty lentil soup. I don't know about filling for a pie, but... I've always... Whatever. More food. That's not a bad thing. hear gushing sound. Be right back. All right. Okay, putting a little bit of black pepper. I don't need this. I was gonna put this one. Putting some dill. I think that was paprika too. A little bit of salt. I don't think it needs that much salt because everything else already does. So. And put some olive oil. We're just gonna let it cook for a little bit. All the flavors can into each other and all right. Now we're just waiting. We're just waiting for this to cook. That's what cooking is, just waiting. Welcome back, Co. Most of the time, you're just waiting. This has surprisingly taken me long to do. I mean, usually when I'm cooking by myself, I'm quicker, but you know, it's in streaming, it's a bit different. Come back, come back. I'm gonna need someone to share me some videos while I wait for the whole pie to cook, because I don't have anything to do while I'm waiting. How long is the pie gonna take to cook, actually? Let's see. Cook time 1 hour. Fuck. I think I followed the wrong recipe because this one has the crust on top. Mine has a crust in the bottom. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm guessing they want you to like cook it for a long time so that all this water kind of dehydrates and then it'll work out. An hour though? What time is it? It's 5:19. I've been streaming for 1:44. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna need videos for an hour. have my little spoon over here. Yeah, my little ladle. A little bit more. Is it tasting good? It tastes good. It tastes like lentils. Like it's nothing where I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. But at least it doesn't taste bad. I wonder if there's anything I can add that will maybe like make it taste a little bit better. I'm not sure. I think somewhere there was like paprika in one of the recipes. Paprika. I don't know. I need something like. I need something hearty, something rich, like butter. But obviously, I don't have butter, and I'm not gonna eat butter. Does it have potatoes? Yeah, it has potatoes. It's fine. Tastes good. Need to cook it more. So how's everybody doing? How's it going? You enjoying the stream so far? If you like the stream so far, please go into my survey and rate it 10 out of 10. Yeah. Touch your toes and then reach for the sky. Okay. I can't go any higher. I'm too tall for the roof. That wasn't even a stretch. Well, you just said to touch my toes and reach for the sky. You didn't say. Okay, it is a stretch. You're right. You're right. There you go. That better? I'm gonna assume that's a yes. Let's see. Should I look at your horoscope? Should I look at the article that you sent me? Thank you, Kleiner. I don't know what to do. This is almost done though. Let me put a timer. Put 5 minutes. I'll be done in 5 minutes. When was the last time I did a cooking stream? I don't remember what I did. It was during the time that Michael kept making me do special streams. I think someone wanted me to make something that didn't come out well. I think it was a cake. Or pie? A pie? One of the other two. Oh no. It was pancakes. Pancakes. Let's just finish that test. I would, but like I'm streaming. So not gonna do it while I'm streaming. Should I read the article that you sent me? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I think Julie wanted me to make pancakes, but the thing is, like, pancakes are so hard to make because obviously they don't have gluten, they don't have eggs, they don't have milk, and those are all the things that are in pancakes. And the versions that I can eat, they get stuck to the pan really easily, and that's what happened. It got stuck and it didn't cook properly and it came out bad, and that was the last time I did a cooking stream. no one has redeemed it since, but I also felt bad that it didn't come out that great. Still trying to finish your smoothie? Still? Damn. I think this is about done. How much time do we have? Yep, there you go. It's I think it's over. It's done. We'll lurk a little bit, okay. Alright, I'm gonna get the pie crust and we're gonna get this started. Be back. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, this should have a top on it. You know, like pot pies usually have a top. Weird. Alright. My room smells good. Yeah, so we're just gonna put some of this. I'm not gonna put some of the water. There's a lot of juice. I'm gonna put a little bit of it. Thanks, Planner. But not all of it. I think this is way too much. But I think it seems like it smells good. Tastes good, smells good. Probably gonna be good. This would be really good with like some buttered toast. Buttered toast, that'd be really good. So now I'm worried that this is gonna dry out. Usually there's another crust on top, so it's like a pot. But we cooking in here. What's up, cutie? You forgot the top crust? It's like because I was following one recipe for the crust and then another one for the filling. I made a crust, but I did it for the bottom. I didn't make one for the top. No. I think I fucked up. How you doing, cutie? How's it going? Sometimes people only put it on the top, so that might be why. Yeah, that's why I saw that they only put it at the top. Fine. Doing okay. Work has been a lot. Damn. You got anything new that's happened over there? That's wild. I think what I'm gonna do so it doesn't dry out is put foil on the top. Some people do mashed potatoes on the top if you have those. I don't. I use all the potatoes we have in this. I mean, it's still gonna taste good. It's technically not gonna be a pot pie. It's gonna be a pie with lentils. Or, you know, stuff inside it. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna taste good. It's just technically not what I was supposed to make. Okay. I'm gonna go put this in the oven for a bit. I'm gonna put thing on top, and I'm gonna cook it less than what they have. I'm gonna put it for like 40 minutes. I just realized you're cooking your room and not a kitchen. Yeah, it's my room. Yeah, I reinvent my room into whatever I need for streams. Maybe put a little bit more of the caldo. That's how we say in Spanish, or the juice, the caldo. Alright, I'm gonna cover it up with foil and then put it in the oven. Be right back. Oof, it is hot in my room. Gonna put it for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. The recipe thinks here says an hour, but since I'm not doing the whole thingamajig that they want me to do, I'm gonna put it for less. And yeah. Okay, you guys get to watch me clear out my room. How do you like the travel induction? Are you talking about this? This is really good. This is really, really good. I'm really glad I got this. It was first just for streams, but like my whole family and I use it for everything. It's really good for just boiling water really quickly. And yeah, I mean, if you pay for gas, this is a really good alternative too. So I recommend getting this, honestly. I didn't think I was gonna use it too when I bought it, but no, I've been using it. And I think this was like, I think this was like $60 or $80. I got it for pretty cheap. Maybe more. I don't remember it being that much though. Pretty sure it was around that. It only heats the pan, it doesn't get hot itself. Yeah, well, it's a bit hot, but it's not like crazy. You know, like I can put my hand, but not too long. It only heats up cast, well, not cast iron, I don't know, stainless steel pans or pots. And non-stick pans and pots don't work. Yeah, really good. Ow. All right, let me just put this away. Say welcome back because I'm gonna head out again too in a few seconds. Cleaning up my mess. Oh, sorry. Oh, I have enough for bring cats again. Yeah. I don't know where they at. Sleeping somewhere. Hey. Cleaning up. Let's see. Let me take this out. You got it for free, cutie. Say hi, bae. Oi. You already? Huh? Okay. Cats are cute. Cats are very cute. Yeah. Cats are very cute. He wanted to be on my shoulder. I don't know why. I'll put the rest of the stuff away later. Are you good? Huh? Huh? Okay. So, we're gonna be waiting here for the next like 30 minutes. Anybody have any videos you can send me that I'll react to very well? Because I'm a very good reactor to things. Thank you, Kitty. Let me take a look at that. I put this right there. There you go. That's just a joke. Did you rickroll me? Oh. Why did I watch someone like break down her apology? And now I didn't care the whole time, but for some reason I watched it. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking. Like, no one was gonna be like, it's okay, we understand. You're sorry by singing a song, singing it. I mean, she didn't say sorry. Say sorry. Yeah. Okay. Oh, probably has something. I thought she would too, but I think she's busy. All right. It's like nothing ever happened. Everything's all clean and pristine. Nice and shiny. Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to look for some. Let's go to here. Not what I want. Let's go to here. Play one. Bam. Here. I'm on the wrong account. All right. Watch some videos. A lot of One Piece stuff that is kind of spoilery, so I don't want to show that. I'm just gonna put this in the background. Love this song.
If this is the song you're playing, we can all sing along.
Yeah, it's in English. Watch some history videos? Nah. Ah, it's all in English.
By early 1945, the Allies have taken control.
Yes, let's learn some history. Let's go. Recently, I have been watching history videos. I'm not sure why, but I have been. The reason Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, yes.
26th of November 1941, a Japanese
Need to know this.
attack.
I actually don't know why the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. Now, for anyone who's not American, for anyone who's not American or from the States, Pearl Harbor is a place in where is it? Where's Pearl Harbor? Hawaii. Pearl Harbor is in Hawaii. I think it was like a military base, and in World War II, the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, which supposedly, according to my government, finalized the decision to drop the atomic bombs on Japan in Hiroshima and Okinawa, right? Yeah. I think it also triggered the USA to join the war, but I'm not sure about that. I guess I'm gonna find out now, you know?
Fleet consisting of 6 aircraft carriers, 2 battleships, and hundreds of aircraft departed.
But they make a big deal about Pearl Harbor getting attacked. So I am curious why it happened. And a little bit more about it, because I don't remember actually being taught about it that much.
From Japan and began the long journey to an assembly point 230 miles north of the Hawaiian island.
Hold on. Make sure my audio's good. Put that there. Put this here. And then let's learn some history.
Their target? The US Pacific Fleet, anchored at Pearl Harbor. Scheduled for the 7th of December, the attack would take the Americans by complete surprise, paralysing their fleet for months and costing thousands of lives. However, the attack would also change the course of the Second World War and spell ultimate doom for imperialism.
Is this what Oppenheimer? But no. Should I watch that instead? No, Oppenheimer was about the creation of the first atomic bomb. Oppenheimer himself was a scientist who pretty much led the led the team to like making the bomb. You know what? That's more interesting. How about I look that up? Well, I will watch this later and let's like it real quick because I'm curious. But yeah, Oppenheimer, I'm curious also. Oppenheimer history. Let's see. Modern Marvels. That's 45 minutes. No. The man who created deadliest weapon in history. The father of the bomb. Watch this one.
Just before we get started with today's video, I do want to thank Brilliant for
Oh,
making
this
it
guy's
possible.
good. I've seen him before. You can watch whichever. I just wasn't sure. Oh yeah,
Julius
but
Robert Oppenheimer was born on April the 22nd, 1904 in New
it
York
is
City.
still interesting
His
to
father,
me.
Julius, had fled Jewish persecution in Europe as a teenager. His mother, Bella, was also Jewish, with her family having been in New York for several generations. The couple were married in 1903, with Julius, who was known as Robert, being their first child. A second son, Frank, came along in 1912 when Robert was 8 years old. The family lived in an upscale apartment on New York's West Side. Julius had built a successful textile importing business, and Ella was a painter. They employed a cook, servants, and a chauffeur. Life for young Robert was structured and formal, with dinners requiring a suit and tie.
Damn, so he was rich. Okay, Oppenheimer. All right. He was spoiled.
When Robert was
rich
5
guy.
years old, the family took a vacation to Germany. There, he met his grandfather, who gave him a collection of minerals. He was mesmerized by the stones, leading to a lifelong obsession with rock collecting. When he was 11, he joined the New York Mineralogical Club. A year later, he presented his first scientific paper.
Yeah, it is always the rich people. They always end up doing something.
Julius sent his son to the best school he could find, the New York School for Ethical Culture. Robert attended from the second grade right through to college graduation. The focus of the education was science, literature, and moral law. Robert was an A-grade student who completely devoted himself to his studies. As a result, he didn't have much of a social life. Friends, they were few and far between. In fact, according to his high school English teacher, he once said, "I'm the loneliest man in the world." Robert was extremely socially awkward as a teenager. From the start, he considered himself the smartest guy in the room, and this led to an arrogance which was off-putting to his peers. They were also put off by his prim and proper nature.
Yeah, he was a spoiled rich guy who yeah, had an attitude. And his own teacher said that he said yeah. And it doesn't get any better for this guy because he later feels the same
From
way.
high school, he attended Harvard in order to pursue serious scientific studies. He majored in chemistry, but soon fell in love with physics. He was admitted into graduate studies in physics and began studying under the famous experimentalist Percy Bridgman. Oppenheimer knew straight away that this was what he wanted to do with his life. He took a rigorous course load each semester, which allowed him to graduate in just 3 years. At that time, the American colleges couldn't compete with the physics laboratories in Europe. The science world was enthralled with the physics revelations of Albert Einstein, and for any serious up-and-coming American physicist, crossing the Atlantic was an essential requirement. In 1924, Oppenheimer was admitted to Cavendish Laboratory in Cambridge, England. This was one of the most renowned nuclear physics labs in the world. The lab was under the direction of Ernest Rutherford, who had already won the Nobel Prize for splitting the atom. Oppenheimer was assigned to a team of researchers under the leadership of J.J. Thomson, who in 1897 had discovered the electron. It was the ultimate setting for a budding physics genius, but Oppenheimer quickly realized that he wasn't really cut out for it. He and experimental physics, they just didn't gel. He was unable to keep up with the required workload, and he almost suffered a mental breakdown. By now, he had developed a
Damn, he learned he was too dumb. That's what happened. It's crazy.
habit as a chain smoker and often neglected basic hygiene and nutritional practices as he got bogged down with his work. But try as he may, he was unable to keep up with the required workload.
What the fuck?
A depressed and overwhelmed Oppenheimer went to see a psychiatrist who told him that he was suffering from schizophrenia. The prognosis it was not good, with long-term institutionalization being the standard treatment at the time. Oppenheimer refused to believe this diagnosis. He took a vacation to Paris with his friend Francis Ferguson. However, he wasn't exactly good company, being consumed with his own melancholy. Ferguson tried to cheer him up by breaking the news that he was going to marry his girlfriend. When he heard this, something inside Oppenheimer's fragile mind snapped, and he leaped upon Ferguson and proceeded to strangle him. Ferguson was able to fend him off, but from then on, he became convinced that his friend had serious mental problems.
Damn, he was struggling with that then. But he didn't have schizophrenia.
In 1926, Oppenheimer took up a position at the University of Göttingen in Germany. This was the center of theoretical physics in Europe, and Oppenheimer landed right in the middle of a revolution in the field. He found himself rubbing shoulders with and learning from the premier names in quantum physics, including Enrico Fermi, Wolfgang Pauli, and Werner Heisenberg. Here, finally, Oppenheimer found his perfect fit. In 1927, he received his PhD in physics. Over the next 2 years, he established himself as one of the leading physicists in Europe, publishing 16 papers on quantum physics. American physicists had been left behind by the European quantum physics revolution. Many of the professors refused to accept the new
revolution. Alright, so can we get to the bomb?
counterintuitive theories that went against the grain of everything they had known. This left a slew of eager physicists excited about what was happening in Europe left out in the cold. Oppenheimer saw himself as the vehicle by which the European advances in quantum physics could be introduced to American physicists.
Oppenheimer the teacher.
His first position back in the States was as a professor at the University of California at Berkeley. He now had a head brimming with knowledge and lecture halls filled with students who were eager to learn from him. The problem was he didn't know how to teach. His social awkwardness certainly didn't help either. He would become tongue-tied in front of his students. When he did speak, his ideas would come out as a jumbled mass of words that simply served to confuse those in attendance. By the end of his first semester, there was just one student remaining who was taking his class for credit. Fortunately, though, things got better. He applied himself to his teaching and slowly
That sounds
improved
like
his ability.
such a bad teacher. Oh, yeah.
He managed to cut out the verbiage to pare down his lectures, making them both understandable and exciting. As a result, the students who referred to him as Opie began flocking to his lectures. Within a couple of years, a cult of personality had developed around him, and he had his own groupies who were known as Opie's boys. He relished the attention. And he gave his time generously to his students. Often discussions would be held after class, with students even ending up at his home. The subject usually morphed from physics to science to art and literature and would be fueled by generous quantities of alcohol. While teaching at Berkeley, Oppenheimer continued.
That sounds so, what's the word? Unprofessional.
Continued his physics research. He published more papers on quantum physics, but did not make any groundbreaking discoveries. He did, however, convert the Berkeley lab into a world-class facility, establishing the new quantum physics as a legitimate science in America. Oppenheimer totally immersed himself in his work and the adulation of his students. He did not own a phone, a radio, or even read the newspaper. When his mind wasn't on physics, he would be studying Hindu mythology or the ancient classics. As a result, he was totally divorced from the outside world. When the Great Depression struck following the 1929 Wall Street crash...
What's Ocean Gate? Never heard of that.
He was simply none the wiser, being insulated from the effects, thanks to a trust fund. Now, just before we get into Oppenheimer's work during the war, let me take a quick break to tell you a bit about Brilliant. As always, I know mid-roll ads in the middle here, they're not perfect, but when we started Biographics...
Yeah, I know about the sub.
It was the effect that the Depression had on the lives of his students that made Oppenheimer aware of its devastating impact. This brought him an awareness of just how much political and economic events could affect people's lives. This awareness, it was strengthened as he began to take notice of what was happening in Nazi Germany. Having Jewish heritage himself, he looked on with great concern at the rise of Hitler. Yet it took a woman to transform Oppenheimer's political concerns into action. Jean Tatlock was a graduate student who was studying for a degree in psychology. She was also a member of the Communist Party. Tatlock introduced Oppenheimer to the world of radical politics. He joined a number of institutions aligned with the Communists, though there is no evidence that he actually became a card-carrying member of the Communist Party. However, in 1936, his brother Frank moved to California, and he did join the party. Oppenheimer, he fell in love with Tatlock, and they pursued a tempestuous relationship between 1936 and 1939.
Is she the one who's being played by Florence Pugh, or is that somebody else?
With the end of his contact with Tatlock, his interest in communism, it waned, and by the 1940s he had become rather disenchanted with it, mainly due to hearing reports of what life was really like in the Soviet Union. Yet, despite his later assertions that his flirt with communism was nothing more than a boyhood fling, accusations that he was a Russian sympathizer would dog him for the rest of his life. In the wake of his breakup with Tatlock, Oppenheimer began a relationship with a woman named Kitty Harrison. There was, however, one problem, and that's that Kitty was married. She was, in fact, on her third marriage, with her husband being a British doctor. She soon divorced the
Wait, hold on. Oppenheimer movie cast. Let's see. What was the name of the person?
Married. She was, in fact, on her third. That he was a Russian sympathizer would dog him for the rest of his life. In the wake of his breakup with Tatlock, Oppenheimer began a relationship.
Kitty Harrison? Yeah. So is this Kitty Oppenheimer? I guess they get married. Spoilers. Jackie Oppenheimer. Daughter? Or another wife? Double spoiler? Although Emily Blunt looks nothing like this lady.
With a woman named Kitty Harrison. There was, however, one problem, and that's that Kitty was married. She was, in fact, on her third marriage, with her husband being a British doctor. She soon divorced the doctor, with Oppenheimer becoming her fourth husband on November the 1st, 1940.
4 husbands. Holy shit.
The bombing of Pearl Harbor on December the 7th, 1941 changed the lives of senior physicists in the United States profoundly. Overnight, their theoretical research, it was being called upon to help end
yeah.
the war. The first
I think she
challenge
divorces
presented
him
to
too.
physicists was to develop a radar system. The country's top physicists, they gathered at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's radiation laboratory, ready to throw themselves into what they thought would be the great work that would win the war. Then, in September of 1942, work began on a program that proved to be far more impactful than the radar project, and that was, of course, the development of a nuclear bomb. In 1939, 3 German physicists had discovered nuclear fission, which enabled a massive amount of energy to be released when neutrons struck a uranium nucleus. Among the first to recognize the massive destructive potential of this technology if it could be harnessed into the form of a bomb were 2 Hungarian scientists. They made it their mission to warn the President of the United States that he needed to develop such a bomb before the Germans did. But these minor scientists could not get anyone to listen to them. It was only when they secured the support of the world-famous scientist Albert Einstein that they were able to get President Roosevelt's attention.
Huh. So it was them who found out.
As a direct result of a letter he received from Einstein, Roosevelt created the Advisory Committee on Uranium. The committee began to stockpile uranium but didn't move fast enough for Roosevelt. It was soon dissolved and replaced with the National Research Defense Council of the NRDC. The council was put in the hands of the Army, with Brigadier General Leslie Groves having oversight. The project was given an innocuous name as to not give away its purpose. Groves called it the Manhattan Project. Since 1932, Oppenheimer had been doing his own private research into nuclear physics. He desperately wanted to get involved in the project in any way that would advance America's security. In 1941, he was invited to a top-secret meeting of scientists to brainstorm how to build a nuclear bomb. He was put in charge of the physics group, who were given the task of actually designing said bomb. By July of 1943, he had officially joined the Manhattan Project. The Manhattan Project, it was not based in one single location. Rather, there were a number of laboratories located around the country, each tackling a specific aspect of the project. The biggest challenge was the creation of the bomb itself, and this task was to be overseen by Oppenheimer. The base of the operation was Los Alamos, a deserted area in the north-central part of New Mexico. This location, which was selected by Oppenheimer himself, was to be his home for the next 3 years. An old boys' school was renovated to serve as a base camp, with a number of barracks being moved in to serve as homes for the physicists who would work on the project. With the facility ready, Oppenheimer traveled the country in search of the best scientific minds to help him build the bomb, in addition to
They make it seem like it was just him who was doing all this.
former students. He called on top physicists, a number of whom were exiles from Nazi Germany. If he was concerned that he wouldn't find the people he needn't have been. He originally estimated that he would need 30 people, but scientists from all over the country were energized by the opportunity, and by the end of the war, there were more than 6,000 people living at Los Alamos. Despite the primitive living conditions and the oppressive desert heat, the scientists relished their time at Los Alamos. Many of them had their families with them and spent their time off hiking and skiing all over the Southwest. What they weren't keen on was the seemingly over-the-top secrecy imposed by the military, who were ever present. Every scientist was under constant surveillance, and none more so than Oppenheimer himself. During his time at Los Alamos, the government tapped his phone, opened his mail, and had men follow him everywhere. As overseer of the project, Oppenheimer had to not only contend with the invasion of his own privacy, but to mediate between the often feisty scientists and the military. He constantly reminded the physicists to keep the big picture in mind. They were involved in a once-in-a-lifetime struggle for the very salvation of mankind. By February of 1945, the brains at Los Alamos
The pile will be done in 11 minutes.
Alamos had come up with two designs for the atomic bomb. They were codenamed Little Boy and Fat Man. Little Boy was a uranium-based bomb, while Fat Man used plutonium. The scientists were so confident in the design of Little Boy that they deemed it unnecessary to test. But Fat Man? It required testing. Oppenheimer decided to test Fat Man near Alamogordo, New Mexico. It was a 60-mile stretch of desolate landscape from north to south and 40 miles east to west. To carry out the explosion safely, they had to ensure that the wind was traveling in the right direction. If it wasn't radioactive,
what the? Somebody just... Oh, I'm bareback. All right, pie's done. The pie. Imagine the crust on top. Then yeah. Yeah, I mean it looks good, yeah. I think it will taste good. I can't eat it yet though, and I won't be able to eat it on stream because it needs to cool off like a long time. So, but good. Thank you, Xavier, for making me make this. All right. Was anyone watching the video with me? I couldn't finish it. I'm gonna end stream. I think I was here. Where? Okay. I've never eaten a pot pie before. I think I've eaten like the fast food ones. No, just like the fast food ones.
Scientific minds to help him build the
Yeah, there's like these ones that are frozen and then you put it in the microwave. Those are the only ones I've eaten before. What fast food pot pies? It's the frozen ones, yeah.
bomb. In addition to former students, he called on top physicists, a number of whom were exiles from Nazi Germany. If he was concerned that he wouldn't find the people he needn't have been. He originally estimated that he would need 30 people, but scientists from all over the country were energized by the opportunity, and by the end of the war, there were more than 6,000 people living at Los Alamos. Despite the primitive living conditions and the oppressive desert heat, the scientists relished their time at Los Alamos. Many of them had their families with them and spent their time off hiking and skiing.
Whoops. Forgot to change the thingamajig.
All over the Southwest. What they weren't keen on was the seemingly over-the-top secrecy imposed by the military, who were ever present. Every scientist was under constant surveillance, and none more so than Oppenheimer himself. During his time in Los Alamos, the government tapped his phone to the scientists and the military. He constantly
Oppenheimer was getting spied on, and the scientists were too.
In mind. They were involved in a once-in-a-lifetime struggle for the very salvation of mankind. By February of 1945, the brains at Los Alamos had come up with two designs for the atomic bomb. They were codenamed Little Boy and Fat.
Oh wait, I saw this too. No, I didn't go see Barbie or Oppenheimer. I'll see them, but when it's on the internet, you know. Damn, you've been following me for a year now. Sheesh.
It's a 60-mile stretch.
Thank you.
Of desolate landscape from north to south and 40 miles east to west. To carry out the explosion safely, they had to ensure that the wind was traveling in the right direction. If it wasn't, radioactive dust and debris could travel over residential areas. They had to wait for what seemed like forever just to get the right conditions. During this time, Oppenheimer was wound up with stress that things could go wrong and that they would unleash destruction on the citizens of New Mexico. Finally, the conditions were right. The explosion took place on July the 16th, 1945. The resulting flash was visible from 3 states. The mushroom cloud rose 38,000 feet into the air, while the crater that was blown into the ground was half a mile wide. The other scientists gathered at the site cheered enthusiastically in the wake of the explosion, but not Oppenheimer. He found the situation apt to quote from the Hindu text, the Bhagavad Gita.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
The decision to make use of the bombs
Okay, well,
was
maybe
now
we'll
in the
talk about
hands
it
of
here.
President Harry S. Truman. After much soul-searching, he decided to use it on the Japanese in order to force them to surrender. On August 6, 1945, the B-29 bomber Enola Gay dropped Little Boy over the city of Hiroshima. 90% of the buildings were instantly destroyed, along with 66,000 people. However, the immediate Japanese surrender was not forthcoming. On August 9th, Fat Boy was dropped on the city of Nagasaki, causing 42,000 further deaths. The double whammy was too much. On August 14th, 1945, Emperor Hirohito announced the Japanese surrender. When he first heard that the bombs had brought about the desired effect, Oppenheimer rejoiced, along with the rest of the nation. On later reflection, however, he took in the realization of just what he had unleashed upon the world.
So from what I've heard from, like, because I've seen other, like, Oppenheimer stuff related, or the bomb in general, what I've seen is that supposedly, like, before they even dropped it, Oppenheimer knew, because he had to be informed, obviously. So he knew, and they were already planning where they were going to drop it before they even, they planned what cities or what towns they chose, the location based off of the geographical area, what area would cause, like, the most destruction. So he already knew way beforehand. It's not like he felt bad. I mean, maybe, like, after the fact, way after the fact, several years later. I finished my smoothie. Finally. Welcome back, Ko.
On October the 16th,
I wonder if the movie's trying to redeem him morally or something. Well, from what I've heard from the movie, they don't. They keep it in a way. So supposedly the movie's like, the scenes that are colored are the scenes where it's from Oppenheimer's point of view, and then the black and white scenes are from the view of everybody else who's seen him. It's like a third person view. I don't think it is. Maybe, probably, maybe. I haven't seen the movie yet, but we'll see.
In 1945, Oppenheimer relinquished his position at Los Alamos. He returned to Caltech before taking up a position as director of the Institute of Advanced Study at Princeton University. But after 3 years of excitement, power, and cutting-edge research, he found university life all rather mundane. With information about the Manhattan Project now in the public domain, Oppenheimer became a household figure, with his face appearing on the cover of Time magazine. He now used his position of prominence to lecture around the country on what he felt the United States should do with their newfound nuclear technology. From his unique perspective, he appreciated both the technological achievement as well as the killing potential that it had unleashed. He now felt a responsibility to ensure that its future use was for good and not evil. He advocated for international sanctions on nuclear power, but all to no avail. At the same time, he appreciated that having nuclear power was a huge advantage to the American defense program. So rather than trying to stop it, he worked on how to keep it from going out of control. Now, in the post-war years, a new enemy of the United States emerged, the Soviet Union. A Cold War ensued, leading to an arms race between what were now the two world superpowers. The Americans, of course, they had the nuclear advantage, but all of that changed in September of 1949 when the Soviets set off a nuclear explosion of their own. The Americans were taken off guard, having believed that the Russians were well behind them. The US government suspected that spies must have shared vital information with the Soviets. Oppenheimer came under immediate suspicion thanks to his former connection with the Communist Party.
Damn. So they just blamed him? He made you guys a bomb?
The Americans rushed to find a response to the Russian bomb. Discussions were held about a new type of bomb, one that was 1,000 times more destructive than those that had been dropped over Japan. It was a bomb that was going to be powered by hydrogen. Oppenheimer was opposed to the hydrogen bomb, fearing that it would become a weapon of genocide. But President Truman decided to go ahead anyway, and the hydrogen bomb, codenamed Mike, was exploded in 1952. In November of 1953, the FBI received a letter from a former government official alleging that Oppenheimer was a Soviet spy. It was enough to bring the full power of the McCarthy communist witch hunt down upon him. Oppenheimer's security clearance was immediately revoked. A 3-man investigation was then undertaken. As it progressed, it became obvious that he was really being investigated for his opposition to the hydrogen bomb project rather than his supposed ties to the Soviets. The resulting report permanently shut Oppenheimer out of any involvement in government affairs due to what it termed the proof of fundamental defects in his character. Following the humiliation of his ouster from the government, Oppenheimer returned to the Institute for Advanced Study. In 1963, with the McCarthy Red Scare long in the past, the government offered an olive branch to Oppenheimer by awarding him the Enrico Fermi Award for Excellence in Nuclear Research. Still, he never fully recovered from the humiliation of the 1950s. 4 years later, on February the 18th, 1967, he died of throat cancer. He was 62 years old. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do give...
He was so young. 62 is not even that old. Well, that's just kind of sad, to be honest with you. Maybe he did regret what he did. You know, he figured that he like unleashed something bigger that just keep going, and it has. So they haven't used it again, but they have made it a lot worse since then. All right, well, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see everybody on Monday. I'm back Monday. All right, thanks, cutie. Enjoy your day. Bye bye. Bye bye, Cole.